And this should be all about dogao, but I think BoyWonder is going to put up more of a fight than the previous series did. Chat's going to be helpful. Someone's going to hopefully mention the seeds in the bracket. I think dogao is 20. I could put that now. And then I think BoyWonder's like 109. Oh, wow, I remembered that. I'm so proud of myself. Here we go. And dogao, big favorite here. Been around the game for a very long time. Dogao's been a high-level player for like 15 years. Longer, probably. Dogao, Armenians on Golden Hill, and then BoyWonder, Malay. Now, I like BoyWonder's draft, and I'm curious what his approach is going to be here. Because he plays a lot of Nomad. I think he plays a ton of team games as well. So lots of team games, lots of Nomad. And you can just tell when someone's a Nomad player, they've got a certain energy about them. They build outposts a lot more. They sneak vills a lot more. And I really do think that he's going to put up a good fight here. Now, I think he can worry dogao. Meaning, I think he can actually win a game against dogao. But usually the top guys are then like, okay, he got me once. Good luck getting me 3 games. dogao, we're going to dock here in a second. And the villager moonwalks. Pressed his moonwalk hotkey. Good stuff. And then the dock comes up here from BoyWonder, which should give him a lot of vision. So lots of stone and gold in the middle. This is eventually the goal. But you don't want to rush to the middle too early, because the water's important and you need to have good food and wood eco as well. So good balance of that is what's needed. Usually, though, if it's an even game, the player who has the castle in the middle headed towards Imp normally wins that Treb War. But a lot of times the players who fortify the middle, it comes at a cost. And then their eco's not as balanced elsewhere. And dogao bringing in his boar right underneath the TC. I've liked the balance of the map. There's almost always a boar just waiting for the players there. Plus, they get the pigs. So with those pigs, they can scout the map to find other resources. But in the previous series, guys, we had it was Galley v. Galley. And I'm just sitting there thinking, well, this is the last thing the underdog wants. You want to have, like, at least fire Galley v. Galley. You don't want your opening to be the exact same as the opponents. And I think the Armenian player is definitely going galleys. And Floripa? Is that the legend Floripa? The Brazilian Floripa? Dogao's teammate Floripa? That is the Floripa I made a video about a couple months back. What's up? He's gifted subs here. He subs himself and says, go dogao. All right. So for perspective, if you guys have never watched it, Floripa, you might be higher elo now. But at the time, he was like 1,600. And he signed up for a tournament, teamed with dogao. They were up against Germany. So it's like dogao, who's 2,600, and Floripa, who's 1,600, against two 2,400 players. And Floripa landed and snuck vills and was just so consistent. It was an amazing game. I made a video on that. It's literally called The Legend of Floripa. Go watch it. Dude, nice to see you. Dude, your play style is amazing, bro. Honestly, if dogao doesn't want to team with you anymore, call me. I would love that. Best teammate ever. Talk about setting up your teammate to have success. It was so good. John now gifting subs as well. Thank you, guys. John, unfortunately, I didn't make a Legend of John M video. Floripa gives some subs and I hype him up. But there's no video about you. I still do really appreciate the subs, though. So hopefully you weren't expecting more of a story there. But yeah, that's great to see, man. I love it. Like, it really means a lot to me when people I cast, people I make videos on also appreciate the content and hang around, you know? Not that that's not expected, but you don't always get that, so. So BoyWonder is going to go up here in a second. He pulled everything he could off of wood to get the food, and he's building his mining camp. So this is definitely fast feudal from him. The best thing you can do is go forward dock against galleys, in my opinion. Because you want to build your dock directly on top of the opponent. Guys, this is what Nomad people do. This is what Nomaders do. Other pros, they just say, no, that's an idle fishing ship, bro. Yeah, but guess what? It's information. So now he sees that. He can go right back home. And honestly, he's going to send the forward Vil for the forward dock. I can almost guarantee it. Actually, I can't guarantee it. He's going to be up fast. Would take a long way to get there, but now he knows where dogao is. Dogao's still bringing in another board. Dogao still hasn't clicked up. He's going to be much later. And maybe it's just going to be one dock from red. He's up super quick. He can't actually afford the second dock. T90, are you learning Portuguese already? No. But I think the people who could speak Portuguese here probably speak better English than I do Portuguese. So, sorry about that. Yeah, so no second dock. The wood situation is really painful for BoyWonder. But he's definitely thinking he needs to kill dogao fast. Fire Galley's out instantly. And dogao is like, what? How is he up that fast? It's a nomad start and he's up before 10 minutes. That's crazy. Yeah, so dogao's fishing ships might be vulnerable. Now, check this out. So Malay Vision, right? It's unique to red civilization. It might actually show him dogao has snuck the fish. That would be huge for red. Because dogao probably saw that his fishing ships were spotted here. So he's thinking, I'm going to show him 3. I'm going to give him 3 of them. But I don't want him to know that he has this over here to kill. And he sees it. Dude, that's massive. And dogao doesn't know he's been spotted. Dogao's over here thinking he's sneaky. But BoyWonder will likely kill these fishing ships. Dogao has just clicked up. And dogao bringing in another boar now. It's kind of a mix of a super fast uptime from BoyWonder, but then also a really late uptime from dogao. And dogao is going to sail away with his fish. Now, another big thing that red is doing, I spoke to a couple players about this after their first round sets when they were underdogs. So, player in dogao's position is going to try and run with the fish. And notice how he didn't chase the fishing ships that ran away. You just sit on the dock. This is always what you do. Because if you chase the fishing ship, they're going to take you to the corner and they could still fish with the other fish. Always just sit next to the dock. The fishing ships are going to come back anyways. So dogao will lose these fish. Dogao's fish have been spotted here. Amazing start for BoyWonder. The 109 seed actually has a really good shot here. Now his economy is still a little tricky, but he's placing some mills on the shore fish. Could do that over here as well and get lots of food. And he will have full water control. And if he has full water control, he can control the river and control the map. And really stop dogao from getting to the middle. So this is a fast castle from dogao, yes. But a nice position from red overall. And clearly practiced this. And he's even going to go... Oh, he's going to go barracks. But did dogao spot that? Dogao spotted the barracks with a fishing ship. What in the world? So dogao should wall. I think at least wall here. And wall here. Not actually sure you can do that. Because then the ships could take the wall out. But it's got to be archers from red. Now, what, like, the top 50 are going to do, they're going to gain the lead on water, and they're going to pull Vils off wood and build them on, build mills to take more deer and get a good castle age time. Red is thinking, I need more than what I have right now. I need to really go crazy with archers. Not necessarily certain that's the case. dogao is going to mass fires to try and come back on water. Red has stopped producing there. So he's just keeping his ships garrisoned in this dock. This dock, he'll do the same. Feels like dogao is going to try and snag War Galley and come back on water here in Castle Age. Can red get even just 2 archers into dogao's base? Leckervitsen, someone did exactly what you're saying. They stonewalled this area so dogao could never come to the middle. I think it's a really smart move. It doesn't take a lot to wall that. And then if you lose control later on, there's more resistance there. Dogao hopped out with this ship. He's going to repair this. Is Red going to notice this? He is. And now dogao hops out with this ship, and dogao's kind of hit him at the same time on both sides. The repairs have been really good. And Red needs to panic to repair this ship and keep it alive, which he'll do. dogao needs to back away here. dogao needs to be careful here. dogao got a kill. BoyWonder gets a kill. BoyWonder's going to get another kill. This is actually fine for BoyWonder so far. Nice job from both to just pay attention to these ships. And now dogao's come to the middle where there's archers. And he's building a fortified church. Wow, so he just scrambles up a church that does shoot arrows. And now Red's on the way to Castle Age. Wow, this is interesting. So dogao is going to make Warrior Priests. So Warrior Priests have 11 attack. They're actually really strong. And dogao's in the middle gold right now. Red is freaking out. This is not something he expected from dogao. Both coming back on water. But then also the Warrior Priest in the middle. There's a lot of pressure now for Red. And he's starting to lose his water control. To our point, immediately stonewalling this would have really done a lot, I think. And despite the early lead for Red, dogao back in the game. He's done a good job with his economy. Just keeping an eye on the food economy mostly without fish. Warrior Priest will snag some relics. You, of course, get the free relic in your monastery when you build the first one with Armenians. And he's going to make rams. And Red is now in Castle Age. But Red's got one ship. dogao has 5. Now, they're not upgraded. But still. War Galley is coming in now for BoyWonder. And he still has this dock, and he still has this dock. But dogao's looking for his fish right now. dogao's going to get here just at the wrong time. But can we please salute BoyWonder, chat? Because we just got out of a series where there was a big underdog, and he clearly wasn't prepared. Right? It wasn't his thing. He didn't look at one of the maps. He got a little confused. You know, Red has come to play. He might not win this series, but this guy is giving a good competitive game. The populations are even. He's up against like dogao, who's one of the best players the game's ever seen, and he is giving him a fight. Again, from what I know about him, he's a true Nomad guy. dogao might not even know about this guy. He's playing team game Nomad all the time. Loves these types of settings, and there are those Nomad specialists. Last Wandering Warriors Cup, we found the player Duwitty, who had the big upset against Margugu. Duwitty didn't sign up for this tournament, sadly. And now BoyWonder giving us a series. We'll lose his dock over here, most likely. But I think the game plan should be come to the middle, build a castle, go imp. But he doesn't know how to beat those Warrior Priests right now. Dock actually stays alive. Fire Galley recovery is pretty nice. dogao is struggling to get the food to get War Galley. He really needs that upgrade. dogao does have 4 relics, though. So he got the 2 relics that were on his starting area, the 1 free one from his church, and then the other one in the middle. And dogao is attacking with the Warrior Priests. They have 2 kills already. Didn't think about that. And Red's going to bring over the scouts. You really need Lycaf, in my opinion, here. But the scouts will finish the job because the Warrior Priests are weak. Red really wants a demo. Oh, this would be so nice to get it out right before the dock goes down. Right before the dock goes down. Right before the dock goes down. Bam! Dock still goes down. But at least he gets that engagement. Let's look at the food transitions. Red's dropping a market so we could buy food. dogao? Not really a lot of farms. Imp is a long way away for both these players. He's got the shorefish. I guess it helps dogao that he's got the relics. Scouts will not be able to beat the Warrior Priest. Lycaf could, though. And I guess 3 scouts on 1 Warrior Priest can get the job done. That's not too bad. And now the fishing ships getting disrupted. The fish, I say this all the time, the fish just set you up for Castle Age. You don't really need the fishing ships at this stage near as much. The fish essentially fund your villagers out of multiple TCs, and then from there it's about a normal game. Farms. But I'm loving dogao. The second time he's come through with the Warrior Priest, I'm loving the distraction this is offering. Look at that. One of the Warrior Priest fights, and the other one heals. These can pick up relics, they can fight, they can heal, they cannot convert. And that's really nice value for dogao. That red is starting to fall apart a little bit. Imagine if red would have walled this area and dogao couldn't just walk to the middle. For red, that might be the thing we look back at. 52 eco against 46. I mean, Res collected. Red 300 resources ahead. I would expect dogao to climb ahead, though. He has more farms. He has better eco upgrades, and he has the relics. And he has control of the middle, vision on the middle, advantage dogao. And dogao without War Galley still. Probably should snag that upgrade. I think at this point, he kind of prioritized the other eco upgrades and villagers, but he's starting to float some res now. I actually think it's smart to make monks to convert fires here. I didn't cast the game, but Samaro played Matador earlier today on Houseboat. And if you have maps where there's fire galleys all around, I don't see why you shouldn't go forward monastery at times just to convert the enemy ships. Actually pretty nice. dogao just has pigs on red side, so there's no warrior pigs. Maybe that'll come in the next DLC, but it's not in the game now. Still relying on warrior priests. But now he's going to drop a castle. And if that castle goes up, it makes it even more difficult for red to ever get back to the middle. Almost feels like red needs imp and needs to treb up the hill. Or red needs to win water and then cannon galley in the hill. Siege workshop from red. This makes me think he wants to push the middle. Doesn't know about that castle yet. And it's just crazy, right? Red's had a great start, great castle age, but dogao has stabilized this thing. He's in the better position. He's pulling ahead with res collected. And now BoyWonder's starting to sweat. Trying to think about how he can handle this. He'll lose his ships to the leftover units from dogao. Dogao is he's past that point where maybe there's that rustiness at the start. And he's able to just walk into red's base. Red's got to somehow make an army to deal with this. He's going to make some elephants. And I think the elephants will deal with this, but dogao's just going to think he invested into elephants for 4 units, 5 units. That's great for me. We'll see how the composite bowmen do here. They are... I think they're actually an underrated unit. But it's almost like my opinions on kip checks. I think kip checks can be absolutely insane in unique scenarios. And, you know, pretty crap in others. I think it's not the best comparison, really, because kip checks, it's kip checks combined with the cumin bonuses and how they play out. Armenians, I think it's certain matchups. Like, this is actually a good matchup for the Armenians to make composite bowmen. Because the opponent doesn't have any fast units that isn't infantry. It ignores armor. The thing to remember about composite bowmen, guys, and we don't think about this a lot when you're casting, but it's the cost. It's super cheap. I don't even have it memorized. I think it's like 55, 60 resources. Just feels like you can have a bunch of them queued forever and you still have resources. And yeah, red is struggling. And the elephants are not it. Red could maybe try a demo, but red wanted to elephant ram push the middle, and he is not having a good time right now. Yeah, adding mangonels would be the ideal play. Because they are low range and they're low HP. But before he knew this was going to get out of hand, his plan was elephant ram to take the middle back. And maybe he'll still try it. Here we go. Let's see what dogao does to deal with this. Dogao immediately sees the rams. He's going to drop some extra fortifications. He knows he'll lose the Mangonel, but he's trying to just kill the Rams. There's Scorpions here. The Elephants are in support. dogao will try and use his Vills on the Rams, and the gates were really nice because it took the Rams a little bit longer to get there. dogao can focus fire down the Scorpion with the castle if he thinks of it. The castle is the key to dogao's position. Without the castle, he's not in a good position at all. Red wants to castle the middle. But yeah, the Elephants are slowly getting killed off. There's still Vills around to take the 2 Rams. dogao made a demo versus an Elephant. dogao kills a bunch of his own Vills. This has not been easy for dogao. He definitely panicked. But dogao holds the middle, and I think Red knew that he really needed the middle area. That was a big investment from him, and dogao wins the game. I still think that's an Age of Empires 2 game. That is a competitive Age of Empires 2 game. BoyWonder made dogao work for that, and dogao had to respond in some really creative ways. That was great. I think, guys, like I'm going to tell you where I think things could have gone differently for Red. Archer Switch was not it. It's at this stage of the game that he needs to catch up to Castle Age. I really think, while it may seem creative, I think that he could have just switched. He could have saved that. He could have used that 175 wood to build a mill on the deer, a mill on the fish, and to build a farm. That gives him a lot more food for better Castle Age time. And then also, a big part of dogao's win condition was just waltzing to the middle and building a church. Let's look at dogao's point of view. Sees nothing, has no map control, walks right to the middle. Dude, a wall would have gone so hard here. That was actually the best play from Red, and I think more people need to do it. I think we'll see it later on. Like, if someone gives up map control in the middle, stonewall the mid, dogao can never get his monastery up. He can never mine the stone, never mine the gold. He has to mine it back at home, and he has to maybe think about a transport. Like, it's just so funny how easy it is when we're sitting up here saying these things and how difficult it is in game. But that's also like, Red's never expecting dogao to have the opportunity to come to the middle because he has army, and dogao just knew he doesn't have enough and that the church could defend him. So that's a really good game. So I think the rest of the games will be like this. I'm not saying dogao won't sweep, but BoyWonder has plans for his 2 home maps, and he's really come to play. Here we go. Let's see where the docks and TCs end up. We've got game 2 Nomad. We've got dogao here in the blue, playing as the Bengalis. I think we'll see the Civ picked a lot. I don't think people are banning the Civ too much. So usually is available for the picks. dogao with a perfect TC. He's got the gold. He's got the boar. He's got the wood. That is a dream. And then over here we have BoyWonder. BoyWonder is docking what he should be able to tell is a middle pond, because he's in the middle of the map. Now, he might have felt like he needed to rush down the dock, and so maybe that was the only area he was really close to docking, but he is docking the pond, which has 4 deep fish and, of course, some shore fish there, and the other benefit of docking the pond is that the opponent might not find you there. So he has docked the middle, and then he's TC'd the north here with the Italians. So BoyWonder is going to be using his sheep scouts, as will dogao, but again, BoyWonder, as advertised, amazing nomad player, so he's checking all the shoreline. And if he doubles back with this sheep, he will find where dogao is docking. dogao is headed this way. And dogao just delaying his dock initially. Notice there's water over here. There is a landlock 99% of the time. It occasionally actually does not happen, but it almost always does happen. So BoyWonder can essentially say, okay, landlock here. And he might try and see where the other water is right now. So I guess, yeah, he's just sending the sheep down this way. He will find where dogao is docked. And you never really check the middle for fish. dogao doesn't know that pond is there. Anyone else kind of excited for this? So you can do 2 things if you're BoyWonder. You will find your opponent's dock, so you can go kill his fish on the outside. Or you can just go fast castle because your fish are going to be completely safe. Now, that would change if dogao scouts your dock. But dogao also only having 2 sheep scouting right now. Well, now 3 because he just got found. Yeah, dogao might not really have any clue. Now, Italians are more of a winning water sieve, though. That's where it's tricky. It could be good for a fast castle, but you might want to be on water. But anyways, I like the potential for the ponds. A little bit of extra randomness here in this version of Nomad. Cactus Key, thanks again. We also had Ethan with the 48 months. I don't know what funny thing I could type here. Keep up the good work. Hey, thank you. 4 years. So that dates back. Well, I don't know. Some people still subscribed when I was on Facebook because Twitch didn't know I was gone for 15 months. But still, it's a really long time. Thank you. Probably dates back like 5 or 6 years, honestly. We'll keep an eye on the scouts here from the sheep. The build's going to be great, but what a lot of players will do is they try and win water as just a default. So if dogao makes a bunch of navy and there's no fish out there to be found, it could be kind of interesting. But dogao should at least know that his opponent has not docked over here. He knows it's a landlocked down here. So yeah, dogao's already maybe thinking that he should go fast castle too because his opponent's not close by. And Boar coming in here for BoyWonder. His TC wasn't quite as good. But, oh, dude, kill the deer. It just walked underneath your TC. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. It wants to die. Well, whatever. He's got the deer nearby. He's got the stone. He's got the gold. Doesn't see this gold. This is probably a slightly better gold. And pretty even build up so far. Pretty close. No real differences. But Red definitely knows he docked a pond, right? Yeah, he does now. Now, dogao has found a pond. Dogao knows there's water in the middle, and he'll have to determine that it's not connected. Dogao might end up finding this, guys. Dogao, I think, looking for an extra boar right now. Yeah, Fast Castle Boom could be good for the Italians. I think I don't love Fast Castle Boom against the Bengalis because the Bengalis get all the extra vills, though. So when you're up against Bengalis, it feels like you want to do some damage. Red is also looking for a boar. Won't find it. There's not really any more around. There is this one. He could bring that one in, but it's a bit far away. He's probably hoping there's one in here. Sam says, how does the sub work? So if you subscribe, you get emotes. So come on, guys. Try and sell it. Use some cool emotes. Which you could see my subs are doing right now. You get all those emotes. Sub-only emote. All right. You also avoid ads on the channel if I run ads. Which happens 60 seconds every hour. And then I think maybe the most important thing for some, not for others, it does also support the channel. It supports me. 70% of whatever you pay does go towards me as well. So there's other benefits too. Those are the big ones. And you can also sub for free if you or a family member have Amazon Prime. You can link it up and drop a Prime too. So that also helps. Yeah, that's basically it. Actually, in community games, you also get extra entries. And if we do giveaways, you get extra entries too. So there's other benefits there. But obviously don't have to do it. Did dogao notice this? He noticed it. He noticed it. He's looking to confirm it. And I think BoyWonder will know that he's been spotted because he must have lost his sheep there. So dogao is going to go try and kill this pond. And then, are there any docks on the outside from Red at all? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, man, if Red's fishing ship could just spot that. I don't know, in a lot of ways, Nomad pros can maybe chime in here, but I feel like in a lot of ways, if you lose that sheep, you know you're going to be losing your fish. I guess, as Red has to house trick this villager here, I guess, though, you might not want to defend fish if you're going to run out. So it is a bit of an awkward spot here for red. Potentially. Nice shot from red to bring in the boar. He did see the dock. So he saw the dock. He's going fast castle. He will definitely have the res for that. Does dogao expect some type of pressure on the outside? See, dogao's like, I got him right where I want him. This freaking noob, seed 109, he's going to lose all of his fish. He thinks he's sneaky. And so dogao's going to contest here, but I mean, there's only 150 food there. Now, it is still worth to kill that because these can fish trap later on. It's not bad from dogao, but... Oh! Dogao randomly sees a blacksmith. Okay, that's crazy, but he didn't see the dock because seeing the dock would be huge. So red is trying to come kill water. And dogao's probably going to build another dock, but I think dogao is full committing to the middle right now. Wow, that's nuts, actually, because if dogao sees that dock, he immediately reacts with a fire galley of his own. Dogao is not fast castle, but he will be up soon. And no, red. Don't do this. This will give dogao the idea that you're on water over here. Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away. He attacks. He runs away. He runs away. He's a smart cookie. Because dogao's thinking, dude, I'm just going to send my fishing ships this way. I don't know why I'm talking like a surfer, bro. Dude, I'm just going to send my fishing ships this way and we're going to fish in the corner for free, dude. Weird voice. Dogao doesn't sound like that. But it is actually so important that red didn't attack there. And he's also going to go over here with a dock. Maybe get some fishing ships out. So, I like dogao's position. You get the extra vills with Bengalis. He hasn't lost anything yet. But if he's not aware that there's going to be ships coming in towards his fish, he might lose everything. And dogao sold all of his stone to go up, which is a little surprising. I must have missed. Maybe he didn't go to gold or something. Red with the war galley upgrade. No wood upgrade is really bad. No lumber camp is really bad, though. That needs to be fixed. Second TC as well. And dogao is coming out. Now, like, he's going to roll by with his fires. Red is not going the correct direction, though, with his ships. Maybe he was expecting to see the fishing ships here. But if he would have just immediately gone down here, he kills every fishing ship. Dogao has nowhere to go. So this is really good for dogao. Dogao's also doing what he can to stabilize this. He'll probably trade this fire ship for a vill. Red really wanted that. Red's bringing in his own villager. And dogao is another ship. Yeah, dogao's in a... He's really happy because he's getting as much value from these fishing ships. Red just killed the ship. Now if he comes down here, he can still kill dogao's fish. But I think for me to be happy with Red's position, he needs to kill the fish. That's the whole point here. You have nothing else to protect on the outside. Maybe here. Also actually made a fire galley here. Probably just thinking he needs to make ships everywhere, but there's only 7 food there, so. This is where, if this is Tato, he doesn't even fight the fire galleys. He simply just focuses down the fish and then stops making water. Yep, this is your investment. This is what you wanted. Just kill the fish. Dogao has 1 fishing ship. Red's fine now. Red's fine. Red's on 2 TCs. They both lost their fishing eco. And now it's about the other aspects of the game, right? The transitions economically. So, do we have a wood upgrade for red? Unfortunately not. No double bit is going to hurt the wood economy. Dogao has Boso already. Dogao snagged a relic already. Dogao's probably dropping the 3rd TC now. It's it's similar to the previous game. Competitive from red, but I think he really wants a big lead on water right now, being the Italians, because the Bengalis get the free vills. If nothing goes wrong on land, Bengalis are just up 4 vils at this stage. And great job from dogao to at least recognize. Wow, look at this. This is a true nomad guy. He's on 2 TCs, and he's bringing in a boar from the opposite side of the map. Can he focus on this and everything else at the same time? He does also have some sneaky fishing ships over here. All right, let's go, red. Oh, house trick. Dude, let's go. Keep in mind, 3 of dogao's ships are just in the middle doing nothing. Please, though, get double bid axe. BoyWonder. House trick again. Sick. Nomad players will do whatever they can to resist making a farm. There he goes. Still occasionally being competitive on water. He got exactly what he wanted. He doesn't want dogao fishing. That's precisely the situation you're in. Really hard to bet against dogao with this type of economy, though. It's just crazy how much he's expanding. 3 relics already. I mean, we might even see a 4th TC. He probably knows that red... Well, red's certainly in the darkness. He doesn't know exactly what red's base setup is. And there's double bid X now for red. See, if he realized that, that's an oof moment. He didn't have a lumber camp the whole time. Sometimes you do that on Nomad, though, to get fast up. And then you just... It's weird. You get past the point of no return because you constantly need to spend your wood. So you don't want to build a lumber camp. I've been there. Dogao maybe realizing, yeah, he just saw with the monk that red has a dock over here. So he's like, oh, we can't allow fish boom there. So he's going to focus on that side. Red dropping TC number 3 now. But dogao, 1,000 more resources. Dogao the favorite as well. Grabbing relic number 4. And the monk could maybe convert a vill, build more outposts around. He's outposting. This is relic number 5. Dude. dogao is going to have every single relic on the map. He's just so good, man. Again, a really competitive game from red. Like, you could tell that this guy's good on Nomad. Sneaky plays, water plays, boars. He's put up a really... valiant effort here. Red actually fishing somewhere. He's even going to sneak in fish over here because he's not expecting dogao to do that. Like, this is something you only see Nomad players do. A lot of other players say, well, I don't have water one. I will not add fish. But he's like, well, he's never going to come back here. He's going to focus over here. Villager converted, though. I don't agree that red is over booming. Someone just said red's over booming. I don't think so. I think it's kind of... You're far away from the opponent. I think it's the exact play. Red just dropped question marks. Oh, because dogao got relic victory. Countdown. And dogao says, I won't win by relics. I take it off later. Okay, so dogao... Whoever was host to this lobby didn't put it on Conquest. They left it on Standard. And if it's on Standard win condition, if you hold 5 relics for 200 years... Let me move the... Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So bottom right. There, that just popped up, right? So basically, they screwed up the lobby. So technically, you could wonder victory as well. When this happens, and it's happened so many times over the years, the player in dogao's position will just eject the relic at the last second, so it resets the timer. If dogao wins by relic, though, because he forgets, and dogao is the host, we may need to get an admin involved. But I don't think that's going to happen. If anything, what that does is that kind of rubs it in red's face how far behind he is. Because, like, you already feel like you're behind, and then you see that, and you hear the noise, so... That's not a great sign if you're red. Is red about to castle drop dogao? Yo, come on, BoyWonder. BoyWonder, castle drop his face and then teach him how to host a lobby. He's only been a pro for 15 years, so he needs some help with that. Fireship gets deleted there, and there's a castle. Can dogao see that? No, he can't. dogao kind of going for a crazy boom. He's getting a little silly here. He's going to get redemption. Try and convert some buildings. He thinks he can't lose right now. But that castle is right next to him, and red is going to go imp. And there's a lot of exposed eco here. I'm not ready to give up on BoyWonder just yet. You know, Nomad, sneaky fish, forward castles. That's what they do. Just casual 5-villager castle. And Lightcav are around to kill the monks. dogao, better be careful here. He wants to convert those Lightcav. He won't convert them right away. Probably will lose every single monk. Might convert a Lightcav, but still pretty expensive losses. And now red is up. And he's going to make Genoese. And dogao is going to look at this and be like, huh? Guys, I think BoyWonder can win this easily. Late imp is such a big deal for dogao. What's he have? 20 extra vills? Look how many vills are around this castle. Look how many TCs can be trebbed from this castle. That castle can be trebbed from this castle. A very big boom here from dogao. BoyWonder. He just said question mark when he saw the relics. It said everything he needed to say. He was letting dogao know. Like, you screwed up with the settings there. dogao's castle is going to go up. But guys, underdog situation. This is a little worrying for dogao. He still isn't up. Still hasn't clicked up. dogao needs to go up to imp, man. He needs to go up to imp. By the way, I know Chad is probably hoping dogao forgets and the relic victory happens, but that would actually be really bad here. I think, we don't want to have to get involved in that situation. Hopefully he remembers and ejects the relic. I'm sure he will. Just needs to eject it one time, puts it back in, and it just resets it. Red has such a beautiful imp time. If he goes Treb Bombard Cannon, this is immense, but you just don't want to lose your Genoese. Lightcav from red over here, getting a couple kills. I think on Lightcav that were converted. And let's go BoyWonder. Chemistry comes in, Treb comes out. dogao's probably like, what? He's up. So what do you make here for your dogao? I think skirms. You can make bombard cannons if you're Bengalis. So skirm, elephant ram, I guess. Monks trying to convert the Genoese. They may convert some. That's fine for dogao. That's not a big deal at all. I would like the Genoese to still be close to the castle, usually. But red doesn't seem to give a crap. I think with the amount of scorpions that are out there, dogao should be able to defend from these, though. And dogao is adding the ranges. dogao is planning on skirms. dogao is going imp in this TC to the left. That won't go down. And dogao reset the relics. So the countdown went back up. So no risk that he forgets about that. Big risk that he loses his castle and all of his eco, though. And red's eco, I know that there's eco upgrades we'd like to see him get, but he's got decent enough food eco to be able to go Lightcav against skirm. And bombard cannons can be good there too. Now dogao can convert the cannons. That's the difference. dogao's going to drop gates everywhere, and this should be the end of the Genoese. They did harass dogao. They did make dogao work pretty hard. Still would have liked to have seen those Genoese stay alive, maybe. Keep them next to the castle, but then again, dogao, this is getting annoying for dogao right now. And red just keeps running around in circles here. Doing a really nice job. Guys, dogao has 2 trebs on his castle and a bombard cannon right now, and he's got 6 on stone. He does not have a lot of stone. So he is going to buy stone. He's going to do everything in his power to keep that castle up. Can he, though? Dogao's going to have a bunch of skirms. He's got a crazy economy. He just got so many more vills with his civ. This will be the end of the Genoese. It's the lack of stone for dogao, and it's the fact his civ doesn't get bombard cannon that's interesting here. And red knows he's on the timer. He knows that light cav isn't going to be strong enough. So red is going to go for cavalier behind this. Actually love that play. You know Dogao's outboomed you. So go for the strongest unit possible and try and win this game in one swing. Man. Dogao positioned these trebs to snipe the cannons. This eco is not spotted. All of this eco red does not actually see. Dogao still holding on. And he's, oh boy, he's going for armored elephants. Red might need to show the cavalier. Yeah, it's fine. Like, showing the cavalier is way better than the alternative, which is losing your castle. You can't lose your castle here. But the problem is Dogao could prep halbs now. Actually, Dogao should just go arbalest, honestly. Dogao's economy is ridiculous here. How is this castle still up? What a crazy hold. He was 3 minutes later to imp. Dogao. Oh, man, and red, he does snipe the elephants, but his cannon gets pushed back. Dogao can throw away skirms and be okay with it. Dogao is out of stone again. The cannon actually survives. Hold on. Dogao needs to be careful. Still 40 more villagers for Dogao, and that could change if he loses his castle. Imp armor coming in for the cavalier. Red needs more of them. He needs all of his cav here right now. Castle stays up for red. Dogao is just hoping his trebs take out the opponent's trebs right now. What in the world? Bombard cannon's still in there somewhere. Just needs to be repaired. I don't know if red sees it. Score's a lot closer, guys. Dogao's going full skirm. His opponent has cavalier. Maybe some raids from red. Oh, red is raiding over here. So raids like this will distract Dogao. Make Dogao make some mistakes, perhaps. Man, raids over here as well. Dogao has to react. Red clicked the TC, though. And now red's going to dive for the trebs? Red's going to dive for the trebs? He'll get them. He'll definitely get one. But he loses his castle. His own trebs are exposed. The castle fire's awkward. Red is going to be a little housed. He snipes the other trebs. Can BoyWonder do this? The chonkers for Dogao, though, will take the trebs from red's push. And the castle for Dogao got a bunch of kills on the cavalier. Castles are just so strong, and Dogao holds somehow. Still being raided. Still being attacked on the sides. But it felt like this whole time this push needed to work. And Dogao has held. Again, though, red is a beastly nomad player. I mean, I love this. He has actually put up one hell of a fight considering the circumstances. I think if he had 2 more trebs, he stopped at 2 trebs, right? If he could get 2 more trebs out and everything else went the same, Dogao's castle might have actually fallen, and then red's castle might still be up right now. But he just didn't have the numbers. Dogao will fortify on the right side, so he won't be raided there. And I guess it seems like Dogao's plan is just to go monks with the skirms, which is fine against cavalier. You could also go halb. You could also mix an elephant archer. So Dogao, please eject the relic. Oh, here comes red. Red knows he knows he's behind, but he's gonna give it a fight. And he wanted to go forward castle and cavalier, but the castle is already up for Dogao. And now Dogao's in his base, converting his buildings, killing his vills. He's going to castle there. That will go up for red. Maybe he could push that. Dogao still pushing this way. Really weird. Like, Dogao's not a crazy monk player. I'm a little surprised, even with Bengalis, he's still producing monks. when you have so many ranged buildings, I would say spending your food and gold on elephant archers makes sense. They can kill off the cavalier. He's got a lot of monks in queue. 10 monks in queue. If dogao wins with relic victory, we have a situation. Dogao, eject the relic and stop stressing me out, bro. Castle for dogao. I've seen players remind the enemy and say, hey, relics. Less than 50 years. Come on. I mean, dogao isn't exactly, like... The monk's skirm play hasn't exactly been the key. He's holding his position, but he's not winning. He's lost a lot of ills. He's lost a lot of skirms. He's losing a lot. There's a 20 population difference, guys. dogao dropping more monasteries, dropped some barracks too, but the Cavalier from Red have done a great job. Red's killed 70 eco. He's got to keep this castle up. He has to snipe these trebs from dogao. And okay, the relics were reset. Thank God. I was really, like, I haven't been able to enjoy this game because of that. Like, I wasn't able to really enjoy the moment or cast properly because I kept looking at it. That also continues to make noise, too. Every time you reset it, it's like the whoa, whatever noise happens. I get what Red's thinking here, because he thinks he needs the strongest unit possible to win. But against this many monks, I think you do just need to go light cav. And light cav, still pretty good. dogao's converted 7 Cavalier, and BoyWonder taps out, calls the GG. What a player BoyWonder is. He is really good. He gave himself a good shot. He almost punished dogao for the overboom, but dogao just too good. And both games have just been in Castle Age, when dogao gets cooking with his eco, he just gets such a big lead. But Red did whatever he could. I really think, had Red been able to commit more to the Treb push, because he was an imp so much faster, and he only had 2 Trebs. I don't fully understand that. I guess he just didn't have the golds, because he was going Cavalier. I think he could have had 4 Trebs, and then the Cavalier. And if dogao loses this castle, all hell breaks loose. He would lose so much. Like, Cavalier, it's not going to take long to kill that many villagers. So it was close, man. Way closer than maybe the stats suggest. 2-0 for dogao, 1 win away from winning the first round. BoyWonder putting up a good fight, though. Yeah, there's the res collected. KD was awful. Like, dogao just boomed that game. He did not really have good fights. I guess he got some conversions. 18. But almost got caught out there a little bit by BoyWonder. So BoyWonder down 2 games. Playing as the Japanese, his first pick. And then dogao goes Dravidians. Wow. I mean, these civs are really similar to each other in terms of how they play on hybrid maps. You both start with a fishing ship. Both these civs have fishing ship bonuses. Dravidians maybe have the slightly better Dark Age because their dock also gives them population space. But then Japanese have the cheaper lumber camps, cheaper mills, and then stronger fishing ships. Long term here, this map's really tricky because you want to focus on the water. But if you're investing too much into water, you might lose the wood and the gold on land. Like, imagine trying to secure this map if you don't have the middle. So I've seen everything on this map. I've seen fire galleys. I've seen galleys. I've seen someone go full lands and not really go for water at all. And everything's had some levels of success. So I don't think you can just give up on water, but you could maybe do a combination of fighting on water and on land. T90, do you know any Belgian players? Belgium. Yeah, if you guys want to ask me about players from your country, feel free. We could maybe talk about that. So the best player from Belgium is actually named Project Belgium, and he does play ranked from time to time, but he's pretty much retired from tournaments. Funnily enough, Project Belgium is actually a Nomad addict. So he's actually a sick Nomad player, but he hasn't really been super active the last 2 years. So that's a bummer for Belgians. Trying to think about another Belgian player. Like, there are some players that I think are technically from Belgium, live in other countries now. I don't actually know if I could think of a second player from Belgium above 2K. I don't know if there is one, in all honesty. So, yeah, Belgium's pretty light in the competitive scene. Someone was talking about the Netherlands earlier. The Netherlands have a lot of retired players as well that don't really play much. The Netherlands have, well, had Angelina Jolie. So if you go back and watch the 2020 2v2 World Cup, Angelina Jolie was playing. Not the actual Angelina Jolie. There was just this person's name. I played him in ranked a couple months ago, and we caught up in Dark Age, and our Dark Ages sucked because we were talking so much. There also is a player named Derp. Derp was really good, really active last year. I think he's less active now. There's also a player named Dark Noob. Oh my god, BoyWonder is getting trolled by this Rhino. This Rhino will not follow. I actually feel really bad for him because sometimes the Rhinos just don't chase. They act like they are and then they just turn right around. What else did Netherlands have? Netherlands have, apparently Fanith is from the Netherlands and he was 108 seed in this tournament and he's from the Netherlands. Okay. There's definitely some other names from the Netherlands I'm forgetting. Someone here is from Latvia and is asking, there's a Latvian player I covered named Lamo. He played against Ozone in the first round. He's the highest rated Latvian player. And he's kind of new on the block. I don't know too much about him, so. Name the best player from Florianopolis? Well, that would be Floripa. Floripa. I assume. So, 4 fishing ships on the back. Feels like BoyWonder wants to click up. And I think he wants to go forward in the middle here. Now, we have animals here. He is getting loom. I've seen players not do that and be in trouble. You're bound to run into animals if you run to the middle with 1 vill. Oh, God. The tiger has a hill bonus. But now the villager has a hill bonus. Villager should survive. You actually get hill bonuses against animals. But whatever you're going to build, you better build it and not move too far into the darkness. You see how he's avoiding the middle now. Someone says, this is impressive. More Americans should play this game or stream. You are good with countries in Europe. Yeah, but like you're... Yeah, like what? Dude, people, I get like, we Americans, right? There's certain stereotypes, right? They don't watch soccer, right? They probably drink crappy beer, right? They're all fat, right? Yeah, they're all shooting guns, right? I get all the stereotypes, but I think it's a little bit overblown. Just a little bit, depending on who you're talking to, all right? What's soccer? Okay, here it's called soccer. In Australia, it's called soccer. I will occasionally... I call it football all the time, so don't even, all right? My name is actually inspired after a football shoe. Don't tell Nike. But yeah, you're right. I have learned a lot of countries and a lot of flags from my job, from Age of Empires, because I've played players. But, you know, don't go, you know, don't take away too much credit. We know some stuff. So forward docks from BoyWonder. This is going to be sneaky. So dogao... I think dogao is just expecting this is going to be 2 docks, galleys, long distance. But BoyWonder is going to try and go forward docks to pile on some pressure here. And forward docks can work really well when you're using fires. Those fires are directly next to the enemy fish. It gets tough for them to avoid it. T90, you are one of the most traveled Americans. You're not representative of America. Okay, sure. But I also have... I've encountered a lot of people in the country I live in. I'm just saying... Let's not, you know... I'm just going to shut up. It's all good. What were we talking about, though? Countries. Yeah, so I will say that I would have been awful with flags. If not flags and, like, the name of countries, if not for Age of Empires. If you guys want to pull up a map, though, and try and get me to point out countries in Europe, there I will admit, not going to be good for me. Not gonna be good for me. So Yeah, here come the fire galleys. Dogao's going to be like, what in the world? How'd the fire galleys get here so fast? He's going galleys. I think it'd be so funny if BoyWonder brings his fish over here. He's trying to surround dogao. Definitely get what he's trying to do. Because if you go fires from the other side of the map, it's going to be trickier. Also, wouldn't mind to see this forward build an archery range. It's right next to dogao's base. I think dogao will have to stay at home for a while, but I don't expect him losing too many fishing ships here. The galleys are still pretty good. Yeah, I imagine it's probably tough for people to guess U.S. states if they're not from the U.S. as well, right? Whereas I could probably get all the U.S. states. I appreciate that perspective. Docks coming up now. Love the water buffaloes BoyWonder has, and the fact he's bringing in more elephants and rhinos. So he's really utilizing that aspect. Dogao's done the same. I think dogao will be continually surprised by the amount of fire galleys coming in from the south. But dogao's galleys are moving forward now and could probably find the snipes on BoyWonder if BoyWonder doesn't move. BoyWonder should expect those galleys. He just lost ships there. That's the direction dogao would head. So he's just relocating his fish right now. Johnny AoE and Teton Dakota. What's up, guys? Thank you. Did I just have 2 Americans Prime sub when I went to back for my fellow countrymen there for a second? If there were 2 usernames that sound American, Johnny AoE and Teton Dakota, do sound like you might be from the States. Thank you, guys. Sniper Gaming says, T90, I was watching a video once and you asked about ice cream. My favorite flavor is caramel. Wow, caramel ice cream is kind of a rare favorite ice cream. I respect that. Mine's probably chocolate chip cookie dough. So red is on the way to Castle Age way faster than dogao. Dogao is probably confused. It's like, where is this guy's fish? Is he not fishing? And then he's going to see this and be like, oh. But he is starting to surround BoyWonder. BoyWonder is going to be up to castle, but he does not know that dogao has archers, guys. And this is going to be a big issue. It's also an issue that he doesn't really have many ships. He stopped ship production. He's just trying to be sneaky. And props to him, he might actually be able... No! dogao! Dogao found them. Uh-oh. Well, that's really bad for BoyWonder. And it's about to get worse. Because 2 of his gold miners are trapped in the gold. So you have to delete the mining camp so they can escape. Why does it feel like every time someone builds a mining camp like that, that always happens? Down goes Avil. Deleted the mining camp, though. Fishing ship are sailing away. And dogao will probably kill these fish. Dogao will click up to Castle Age much later than BoyWonder, but he's got 18 military. And BoyWonder's got 2. And you got to remember, he's lost 2 games, so he's gone for something extreme. I respect this so much. Will this game probably be shorter than the others? Yes. But clearly, to beat a guy like dogao, you need something a bit different. So the sneaky fish, the greed to Castle Age makes sense to me. Yo, Anonymous, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. If that was you guys, take credit. Thank you. Never really know what to say when it's Anonymous. Don't know who I'm talking to there. Fishing ship goes down, and it's going to be CA. 1 range Cav Archers. 2nd TC now for BoyWonder. We've seen a lot of Cav Archers on this map. Japanese Cav Archers are really strong as well, but I think dogao's eco is just so far ahead right now. Really impressed with BoyWonder. I think if BoyWonder were to have played like Masha earlier, the guy who played against Fire, I think BoyWonder would have 3-0'd him. Like, even though he was technically I think he's technically the worst player in ranked. He's super well prepared. Really understands Nomad. Like I said, BoyWonder's been hanging out in chat all week, too. I've seen his name so active in my chat. I think he's been really enjoying watching this tournament. It's cool to see these settings in a tournament. There's a couple people still talking about regions of the world. And some people get so into it. I love it. It's all good, guys. T90, we know you just sent yourself subs. No, I didn't. I didn't send myself subs. You think I wouldn't take credit for it? I want to look good, man. If I give subs to the stream, I want you guys to know it was me. Lots of Navy out there. Yeah, dogao, the main thing that would have broken him here would have been the CA. And the CA showed up. dogao was prepared. And now he'll have elite skirm. And these are Dravidian elite skirms. So he'll have a fish boom. He'll have 2 town centers. And he has faster firing elite skirms against cav archers. The only way to recover in red's position, the only way from this exact position is siege workshop in the middle and all in siege. Because your opponent's gone boom and skirm. He's gonna, his logic, I think, is either to make knights. Yeah, so he thinks knights against skirms, but the situation's so bad for you, BoyWonder, you don't even have the food to make knights or get upgrades, and they will actually die to the skirms. If you can't get that first armor and make a couple knights, you're in trouble. So really just needs to be siege. And I think he'll come to that conclusion here in a second. But he needed to it's going to be tough to get the siege workshop up. There he goes. But you can't go to the middle now. He needs a defensive one probably because dogao is here. dogao, 3,000 more resources collected. And 3 times the investment into his eco. Because he's 3 TCs and all the docks with fishing ships. So it will somehow even get worse for BoyWonder. So someone mentioned... So Clary just mentioned in chat an idea to give lower ranked players more of a chance against big names to somehow give them a handicap. So there was a tournament, I think, called Handicap Cup. It was a bit of a smaller tournament, right? I don't think there was a lot of prize pool. It's a really interesting concept, though. So basically, there's this feature in the lobbies. If you set it up, it's called Handicap. It was called Handicap. Okay, so basically, if you have 5% handicap, your eco is 5% more efficient. Your units do 5% more damage. Your units have 5% more HP, right? Handicap is super strong, and it, like, alters the game. So the way that tournament was structured was based on the difference between the players, there was a handicap added to the weak players. So the final was like 2,300 elo versus 1,000 elo, but it was 1,000 elo player with like 40% handicap. GG called here. But just to finish my thought, amazing series from BoyWonder, honestly. For an underdog, I thought he played really well. dogao expected to move on. dogao's a beast. dogao wins 3-0, played really good today, but probably got worried. But yeah, like, the 1,000 elo player actually had a chance because of the handicap. So that concept does actually been done before, which is pretty cool. Yeah, well played, dogao. I mean, not much more to say. I'd have to pull up the bracket, but I'm guessing dogao will be favorite in the next round. I mean, he is just one of the best players in the world. BoyWonder, 109th seed, and he clearly is very good at Nomad, so I hope he keeps it up and keeps grinding. I'd like to see him play in other tournaments as well. I don't know if he has an interest in that or if he just shows up for Nomad tournaments, but this game, it might look bad because of the KD, but he basically tried to be more out of the box. So he was more out of the box, and because he was more out of the box and it didn't work, it looks worse. But I still appreciated the effort. I literally said, if you're the underdog, you need to do something very different. That's exactly what he tried in every game, pretty much. So still really respectable situation there from him.